brave with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey, 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 hey.
Hey, barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, we go live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget to join the Patreon. I assume the link will be in the description box. Property and stocks. Y'all better jump on it. Y'all better jump on it. I'm telling you, in 24 months, there's going to be a whole batch of new multimillionaires, man. Anyways, man, let's jump into this shit, man. I saw this and I couldn't believe it. I'm flabbergasted. I'm just shocked. Tank is fighting at 130 against Leo Santa Cruz for what? I thought Tank was the ace high. I thought Tank sold out Baltimore. Tank sold out Atlanta. Tank sold out LA. Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares didn't sell out. Leo Santa Cruz didn't really help Deontay Wilder in the ticket sales as it relates. I didn't see too many Mexican tickets, although they had all Mexican card, all Spanish card, because Ugas fought on it, you know. If I'm not mistaken. No, I stand corrected. Maybe I can't remember. But somebody fought on it. Leo Santa Cruz fought a guy from Texas and so on and so forth. Anyways, man, it was no one that spoke English on that motherfucker. I remember that shit. Now, the point I'm making is this. Why is Tank sucking down to 130? And let's just take from a big picture perspective. Tank is the money draw at 135 right now. Y'all may say a fighter's better, this guy's better, this guy's better. You know, Eastern Europeans are the best fighters, best species in the world, and you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Tank is the draw. Okay, Tank is the ace high. Now let's go back. To history. Canelo said, "I can make 152." Floyd said, "Oh, you can? Make 152." Let's go back further. Oscar says, "You got to do this, Floyd, to fight me. Gloves, ring size, etc., etc." Oh, I got to do it. I guess I got to do it. You know what I mean? Conor McGregor. What's the lowest Conor McGregor can get to fight you, Floyd? 155, 154? Okay, you get to that weight. You get what I'm saying? So that's the point that I'm making, is that when you're the ace high, you set the standards. Leo Santa Cruz is a very good fighter. By no means am I taking anything away from Leo Santa Cruz as to what he's accomplished in the ring. But we're minimizing ourselves, okay? And I'm pretty startled because Leonard and Floyd always talk about ace high and being a star and knowing how to create a star. Why didn't you do to Leo Santa Cruz what you did to Marquez? I'm confused. You brought Marquez up. Why didn't you bring Leo Santa Cruz up? Tank, I'm just being as candidly honest with you. You going down to one, you're probably gonna make 130. You know what I mean? In my humble opinion, I think the team you have in Baltimore is great. I think you and your team in Baltimore need to go down to Miami and y'all create something together. I thought you had a great camp against Jesus Cuellar. You and Broner in the gym together. Y'all looked good in your videos and shit like that. And I also believe that your team in Baltimore is great for you too, because they know you in and out. You understand what I'm saying? And there were some, I remember I did an interview with, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I respect him greatly. Tank's trainer, and he said Tank's gonna do what he wants to do. And the day before the weigh-in, Tank did what he wanted to do and chose to make weight on his own. And Tank, you got to be accountable. And what I mean by being accountable is business. This makes no sense for you sucking down to 130 for this fight. You understand what I'm saying? And I think whether he loves it or hate me, respects me, I believe Tank respects me to the point where he'll listen. You know, whether he values it or not, but I believe he'll listen. I think Tank is special. I think Tank is always going to be a draw to the urban culture, whether he wins or loses. He just has that it, you know. But I don't think this is a fair handshake. You should have the leverage in this, right? Everyone wants ace high, right? And then when you have ace high, you give it to your opponent. This ain't about Mexican and black. This is just about pragmatics, okay? People going to see this video. I'm talking about the business of boxing. I'm not talking about Leo Santa Cruz being Mexican and Tank being black. It's just about money. It's just about money. And then they probably going to bring him to LA when the fight shouldn't be in LA. This fight shouldn't be in LA. This fight should be on I-95 somewhere. Because Tank is the ace high. Now they're gonna say they want to make Tank a superstar and this and that. I think it's kind of backwards. I think you're doing it ass backwards. He should do Barclay if you want to make him a star. Take him to the New York media. Hey, Kiki. She's upstairs. Okay. Take him to the New York media. Okay. It's just what I believe. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I don't want the business of boxing to fail Tank. I humbly believe that they failed Tank, and the pay-per-view isn't going to do that great coming out of an epidemic. You know what I mean? And if Paulie Malignaggi is host is commentating, I'm telling my fans not to buy the pay-per-view. Simple put. And Leonard Ellaby will 100% understand why, and Steven Espinoza will fully understand why. You understand what I'm saying? Racism doesn't exist. When Mr. Aubrey just lost his life, you know what I mean? When the police was in possession of the videotape and still didn't press charges, they had that tape for 74 days up until yesterday when they arrested the men. Murderers. So Tank, God, I wish I had. I mean, it's too late now, but it's never too late. It's never too late. You know, the business of boxing didn't side with the ace high on this one. You know, how did Leo Santa Cruz get all this favor? You understand? It's just beyond me. I don't get it at all. You know what I mean? How did the business of boxing, if this fight is in LA, Tank, if they schedule this fight to be in LA, I know you're going to win the fight if you can make the weight. I just wouldn't want to be you the last 2 weeks of camp. I wouldn't. On God's green earth, I would not want to. You can give me any amount of money in the world. I wouldn't want to go through what you're going to go through the last 14 days. I know what you got to do to make weight because I've been around you from afar, never up close, but I can see how you change fight week and your personality change, your jaws get sunken in, and you get rather angry. You know what I mean? And it's your chosen profession, and you're great at it. And as I told you guys, as I told Tank, I think Tank is special. I think Tank is the gem. Like, you know how you find that diamond in the rough, or you find that beautiful girl walking down Crenshaw, you find that motherfucking beautiful girl walking down Lenox Ave or Frederick Douglass Boulevard in Baltimore, or what's the big street in Dallas, Texas? You know what I mean? And then you take her out and you make her smile, and you realize, wow, look at that gleam. You know what I mean? And or you find that basketball player that's playing at the YMCA, or you find that Charles Martin out of the diamond, out of the rough, out of the heavyweight camp. You know what I mean? I think Tank is like that diamond in the rough, you know, and he's a star. He is a baby star, yet a star. And he's definitely not where he should be. Tank, this fight needs to be on the East Coast. You need to force them. I'm saying this respectfully. You need to force the Mexicans to travel. Okay, you need to see if they got money. You need to see if they got pay-per-view, because if you don't promote this in your city, hey Lincoln, if you don't promote this in your city, I see you later. If you don't promote this in your city, where the pay-per-view is gonna come from? The pay-per-views is only gonna come from the I-95. You know how I know this? And listen to me carefully. The metrics says in 2020, Mexicans don't buy pay-per-views. I'm gonna tell you why. Metrics prove because with the Leo Santa Cruz and the entire Mexican card, Latino card, Spanish-speaking card, because I was like, damn, Deontay Wilder's the only guy that don't speak Spanish on this card, you know, the November card. The point I'm making is I didn't see a lot of Mexican flags, and two, Canelo only sold 11,000 tickets against Kovalev. I Googled it. he only sold just over 11,000 tickets. You understand what I'm saying? And if they only bought 11,000 tickets in November for Canelo, who is the Mexican star, and the zone isn't doing well at $19 a month, how are they going to buy pay-per-views coming off an epidemic? I'm just trying to make it make sense, right, Reese, Joe? I'm just trying to make it make sense, and I think that this is ass backwards. I know Tank Davis is promoted by TMT. I think that this is a bad move. Someone needs to step in and make it make sense, because it's not fair to, and it's not fair to Tank, for Tank to sell out in three markets, and not be the ace high. Why Leo Santa Cruz ain't fighting at 135? Marquez had to come up and fight for it, right? Shall we go for the first fight on the Showtime deal? Robert Guerrero came up to fight for it. I'm just saying, make it make sense. You know what I mean? And I wish you well, Tank. Hopefully you started camp now. Hopefully you go into the 4th of July weekend weighing 150 pounds. That'll give you some room to play a little bit. You know what I mean? I wish you well. You know what I mean? I would have liked you and Gary Russell to fight and make them beg for the fight, but it's not happening. They still under the old law that we have to defeat a Mexican to become a star, to be a global star. No, you don't. You don't have to do that shit. All you gotta do is win and keep knocking people out like you're doing, and be vulnerable. Be honest, Tank. Don't change yourself. Just get better at being yourself. Okay. Don't change who you are. You're a very likable kid. I admire you. I love your story. I love the fact that the people who support you are DMV bred, Baltimore bred. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I like that about that, and I wish you well. Good luck making 130. I think the business of boxing did you wrong on this one, though, because you're the ace high. Don't forget what Floyd did to Robert Guerrero. Don't forget what Floyd did to Marquez. Don't forget what Oscar did to Floyd, and don't forget what Floyd did to Canelo. And why is Leo Santa Cruz not obligated to do the same thing that all these guys had to do to get the fight? Tank, you're clearly the ace high in this. You sold out in 3 cities, dog. You sold out in 3 cities, dog. 3 cities. But what do I know? You know what I mean? I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, y'all need to call me, man. Y'all need to consult with me, man. Business of boxing failed Tank Davis, man. Tank Davis, you're the ace high. Walk and talk like you're the ace high. You understand? And have people that fight for you on your behalf, as opposed to people who just wants to make deals. You making 130 when Floyd literally walked out on you when you miss weight by 1.5 pounds or whatever you miss weight by. It don't make sense. Floyd walks out on you because you miss weight and says you got to be professional, and then tells you next fight you got to fight at 130. Inquiring minds want to know. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget we go live every night during quarantine Barbershop Conversations, man. 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And where we else at? And don't forget to join the Patreon. It's Barbershop Conversations on Patreon, the same as on YouTube. And I appreciate you guys coming to Barbershop Conversations, man. And hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.